The Quiksilver Pro France coming to you from the shores of Hossegor. Round 2 continuing. This is the do or die round, and this is a big exchange with Jordy Smith and Ryan Callinan taking each other on. What are you thinking? Is it going to suit the Ryan Callinan leverage on the forehand, or can Jordy bring a backhand attack? As we join the live action here, Callinan opening ride for him, the big Australian from Newcastle. Find his way around that. Little bit of a jam in the pocket with a bit of a stab, and he'll exit. He'll know that he'll want to throw that in the bin and get another ride locked in. You see the 4.83 top of screen, 2 quick rides for Jordy Smith of a 4.33 and a little decimal 0.5. Now wave number 3 for the big South African. Tight jam, the little rock and roll float we call it. And now it's a little bit of a cappuccino zone, and Jordy will power the rail through. So a little bit of a wobbly section. Jordy will keep momentum, and he'll ask the French beach break for an inside track here. Little pocket jam, more defined off the lip for that one.
Jordy Smith, who's on his backhand, I think it's a little bit of an advantage. With this higher tide, it's a bit full, and it's going to be conducive for strong forehand carves, sort of Aki-esque. You know, Ryan Callinan's got a beautiful style, as we see Jordy Smith on his backhand. If he's fortunate enough to get a wave that stands up, he's going to have that backhand attack that everyone loves. The judges, you know, it's very easy for them to throw a big score at vertical snaps on your backhand. You can do it in repetition many times. It's easy for the surfers. They're not going to fall in that turn, and yet it scores very handsomely. So if Jordy gets great waves on these lefts, you know, he's going to be tough to beat. But for Ryan, if he gets just any old wave out here, he can stick to that power game, because on his forehand, he can really lean on those heels and throw a hack. Obviously, this is not the start he wanted. He, you know, just kind of waking up still in this heat, not really finding that rhythm just yet. So if he can settle down and start to, you know, try to throw some power moves at Jordy, you know, he can throw down a big score.
Well, that 4.33, we didn't get to see it. Let's pull it up because it came during the break.
And here it is. There's that steep wall. So that snap right there, he's already almost looking at a 4. You know, that was a beautiful little snap there. And so Jordy, you know, on his backhand right there, see that cutback? There's nothing wrong with that. It was nice, but it's not going to score. You know, the judges don't really like to throw you, you know, rewards for cutbacks on your, especially on your backhand. It just kind of gets looked over.
Callinan did get the better of Jordy. So that was a start to 2016 that Jordy would love to forget. And he'll go vertical here using the right-hander. That's a deep open rip there. He's found the combination. And a nice little add to the combination for that aspect of the judging criteria. But Callinan looking to unload here. Surfer from Newcastle. Big, powerful. In fact, both of these, the two, probably some of the biggest physicality.
You know, I'm loving that first turn from Ryan, but still just looking a little wobbly, so he hasn't settled down yet in this heat. He'll be a little bit irritated knowing that, you know, he's burned a lot of time off the clock without getting a proper score. Jordy Smith, there's a right, sort of a medium one, but I like the fact that he's taking a look over his right shoulder, you know, looking at those right-handers. His forehand is just so deadly gig, so I don't think that's going to be a massive score, but a few nice turns there.
Well, watching Jordy through to the inside, looking to build a barrier and up the requirement. What are you thinking of Callinan's approach here?
First turn was nice, jammed it right in the pocket and got that tail to release just a bit. So a very aggressive first move, but then that wave didn't cooperate. It kind of split into 2. All that energy got diverted.
It is Jordy Smith out front over Ryan Callinan now, using that priority. And the backhand, we know that he can get very vertical. He beat Jordy on the Goldie with this backhand attack. And Callinan will deliver some nice tight clicks in the pocket there.
But at least, you know, he got rid of those bobbles, a couple little minor mistakes in his first few waves of this heat. So this one he looks a little more locked in. Nice opening snap, vertical hit in the pocket, and then clean finish there. So actually, upon watching that replay, I don't mind that wave at all. That should be right there with Jordy 6'5". Very sketchy little wipeout for Jordy. Kind of a straight-kneed, flat landing there. That's how you injure yourself. Nice opening slash there for Ryan. Again, he was forced to kind of pull into that. I mean, he could have been more prudent and bided his time and went around it. Maybe he would have got paid off with a reform on the inside. But that's kind of the reflexes there that I think was begging to be pulled into. Again, sketchy wipeout there for Jordy. Watch as he rotates. He's going to be kind of flat, which he doesn't want. He wants to be a little more corked out, but that spin is a little more on the flat side, and he's going to land with his knees straight right there. Just had enough whitewash bouncing back up into his board to avoid that really treaded compression where you can kind of bust an ankle or a knee. Whitewash and landed that. So let's watch here. Again, watch the projection. He wants to get really high over the wave, but he kind of missed that ramp just a little bit. There's the nose. See the nose of the board picked there by accident, and that really halted that rotation. Had he cleared that lip, he would have got a clean rotation and landed right in front of the wave. So it shatters your ego, and you start surfing frail and timid. And that happened to Kelly, but luckily for him, he shook it off.
Well, here we go. Round 2 encounter. Ryan Callinan will want to shake this. Big squared up turn, flares it out, and swivels it at the bottom.
The only thing that's going to keep him from for sure getting a big score is the wave wasn't that great. You know, just a small insider. Nice opening hack there, good flow. And then a nice tail walk there, kind of blasting those fins and tail toward the beach, picking a nose. I didn't see a whole lot of recovery time, so it's pretty clean. Take a look at this angle here from the drone. There's the setup carve. Now he's going to kick that tail towards the beach. So that is, you know, you have to appreciate how athletic. This is a young man's move right here. Beautiful low bottom turn. Everyone loves this kid's style. He's got amazing technique. There's that hack. You can see how he really torques that lower body, all for function. Watch his lower body again here as he's going to pick that nose. He goes upside down. There's that torque. You see it's almost like a reverse pivot. He reversed his hips with his upper body. He got that kind of that X factor torque where he was allowed to coil up and release. So just amazing reflexes. Again, that is a young man's move. You're not going to see a lot of the veterans pull that one off right there.
If we do have a situation change now, the same right-hander that Callinan used, Jordy will bring his version. Square turn, little skid on the second, combination, little rotation as well. So interaction here between Jordy Smith and Ryan Callinan. Well, beach announcers counting it down. And he's going to gain access, so this wave is going to count, and it will shut down any opportunity, so the clock stays open, but the waves go shut for Ryan Callinan. So now it's up to the judging panel and the interpretation. What are you making of that right-hander of Jordy's?
Okay, well, first things first, you know, Ryan's opportunity got shut down there, so that chapter is shut. And so now it's all about that little right-hander for Jordy Smith. Here's the scale. This is where it's set. 5.33. Now, we were both thinking, wow, that maybe could have gone a little higher. Those are quality moves from Ryan. You know, the wave wasn't that great, so maybe that's what the judges didn't like, but he had great flow. It was 3 solid turns. For Jordy Smith, he got a 6.5 on this wave right here. A messier wave, but taller, so a little more size in that wave. His top two right now, a 5 and a 6.5, so I'm not sure if this is a 6.5 or the 5 right here. But this is where the scale is set. So the judges are going, okay, this is the numbers that we've already applied to this heat. Now, where does this last right for Jordy fit into place? 3 turns now here. Just a small wave, so that can't help. Just a connecting float. Nice little tail slide there showing control. And then, you know, a little more progression on that last turn. That was his best maneuver. A little reverse there to finish it off. So.
And it's going to come in at a 5.33. It falls short of the 5.77 requirement. And Jordy Smith, from a victory at Trestles, will be stepping out in round 2 of competition here at the Quiksilver Pro. And he can be angry at that.